They say the meek will inherit the earth. We say the nerds are already in control. Welcome to the Frakkin Nerds, episode number 291. I'm your host, Doc Martin, and joining us, I'm looking at him. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the guy who was late because somebody got hurt. That's our own Joshua over there on the East Coast. Hi, Joshua. Hi.
Hey, the one fucking time I'm late. The one time. Always on time.
All right, you weren't out shopping and buying action figures like somebody else that we know on this show. That
right?
That they were
he
still
puts
at
his
Target.
show before our own show. The show that put him on the map.
Exactly. You doing good today?
Yeah, I'm all right. I had to help a coworker because he hurt his back, so, you know.
Just carrying.
And I'm in a new private facility, not the locker room today, so hopefully our viewers will enjoy it.
There's no calendar behind you. I'm missing the calendar.
Hey, look. You need to get your temperature taken? Blood pressure?
All right, the other guy.
All kind of vitals there.
Yeah, so the other guy who plays with a lot of stuff like that, that's our own, he craves that hunt. That's Chris Class.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. Sorry, did I screw up your intro? Like, you're just
no.
like...
We're just what we were talking about prior to the show.
So yeah.
Let's begin.
Class, how are you doing?
I'm better now that I'm on days now, no longer on nights. So this past week, I've been doing that transition, and it feels nice to not be a vampire. So
I feel like people should know that he's a nurse. So a nurse's day shift is from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
9 a to 9 p. I'm kind of I'm right at the edge of a morning mid shift. So
yeah,
which is weird because that's not really. I mean, that's your whole day is from 9 to 9.
Yeah, but this is what's great is that before I would go in at 7. I have to get there a half hour early for huddle. At 9 to 9, they've already done their huddle from 7 to 7. I don't have to be part of a huddle. So I can get there at like 8:48. I could clock in by, as long as I'm on the floor by 9, I get my assignment, figure out where I'm at. And then at that point, I get off at 9. But instead of before, I would get off at 7 in the morning, usually like pick up my daughter, take her to school, go home, go to sleep, and then sleep all the way until it was time for me to get up, take a shower, then go to work. Now I get off, I'll be home by 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I stay up till 9:30, 10 o'clock, stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock. I could play Call of Duty, do stuff like that, crash out, and still function on a little less sleep, but feel more refreshed. That makes sense?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah.
Well, yeah. We were just having a discussion about other YouTube videos, what we like, what we don't like, and just some of the weird catchphrases that people are like, I think I'm going to go with that. I'm like, no, I definitely wouldn't do that. But remember, just like with YouTube, you can like, subscribe, comment. You know, I think you can do it on the Spreaker app. You can do it on iTunes. There's all kinds of way to tell people you like us. So please do. And go from there. And if you have not checked out the most recent unboxing on this end, and that is the Spawn Kickstarter figure, which is in the box. Like, I don't know what to do with it. Like, yep, there you go. I did that. I did that just for Joshua, and there you go. There you go. So that's his catchphrase. Is when he unboxes on Instagram. And there you go.
That's how I end every episode of Joshua Explains the Ultimate Universe.
There you go. That's how I explained. I don't like calling it the Ultimates, even though it is the Ultimates line, the series. He still has an issue with that.
You guys need to give me a catchphrase because I was told from a buddy last week. They're like, you need a catchphrase for every show. I thought mine was like, it's a new week, so it's time for a new hunt.
I thought it was I'll catch you on the next hunt. That's what I thought it was.
Well, I'll catch you on the we'll catch you on the flip side or whatever. We'll catch you down the road is what I used to say. I just stole that from Stone Cold's podcast. And I'm just saying. So now what I'm saying is I just started last week. I'm going to start saying a wrestling phrase, but I'm going to change it. So like last week I was like, I got 2 words for you. And I was like, super kick. And then I was like, see ya. I don't know. And I just left.
You have enough terms to use for videos?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I mean, you could use anything. You could say like, all right, and I'm the best there is. I was thinking about just stealing any wrestling catchphrase and just like, it has nothing to do with anything. But I was like, that might be a funny little like gimmick kind of thing. Like, whose catchphrase am I going to steal next? But I don't know. I need to come up with I don't know. I need to come up with some kind of catchphrase. So
I'll see you on the next hunt. There you go. That's it. I'll catch you on the next hunt.
It's toy hunting season.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The fucking right there, like, oh man, it's a really craving the toy hunt. Oh, suck it.
I think you're overthinking it. Like, yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I came up with have a fracking good week.
That's everybody's got a price. I'm just like looking around, like, I don't know. Welcome to Pity City. I don't know.
Man, that dude has a really good fucking toy figure show, but what the fuck's with this wrestling catchphrase?
Exactly. Like, maybe it doesn't even need to make sense. So, like, I don't know. If you smell what Craven the Toy Hunt's cooking, I don't know. Like, it's just whatever.
Get a cease and desist from the Rock on a tweet. Like, who is this jabroni using my catchphrase?
I know when I was
he sends me something, I will hold that.
When I was working on a video or a TV show where I was wanting to do a TV show, kind of like Blue Mountain State, but at a independent wrestling training school, and just show all the behind the scenes stuff, and actually never show wrestling. So it's all the stuff in the locker room and all the stuff that they do traveling. And I wanted to name every episode based upon a finisher and go from there. And then and then I see the Rock's like, I'm gonna do my own wrestling show. I was like, fuck.
That's a great idea, Doc. That's a really, really good idea.
Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the locker rooms. There's a lot of stuff that happens. Like, I mean, if you don't know the wrestling world, the stories rival like major musician bands. Like, and these are just like the independent guys just will get into some shit, is what they do. Yeah. But yeah, no, I've got the script written out. It's just never having time. I'm waiting for Joshua to get into ring shape so we could utilize him. So that's
and a lot of the times someone's personality comes out so much better than any match that they may have. So like someone just cut a promo, or like I've really been getting into this guy named Danhausen just based off his videos. I've never watched this dude wrestle, but he's like so over with me. Like, I have no
second person if I can be a fan of Danhausen.
Dude, he's awesome. He's incredible, and he's so funny. I was like, and he does like.
Did you get an answer on Twitter there, Joshua?
No.
The funny thing is it's weird that you said that, because he posted a request from him to do a cameo on Twitter. And,
you did, Joshua?
Yeah, after you finish your story, I'll tell you why I find this so fucking funny.
That was it. I started to listen to him the past like couple weeks, and I went down this rabbit hole where I've been watching all these, like, listen to his cameo calls to like Jim Cornette, and listening to watching his shows, and just like, I never want to watch this guy wrestle because I'm afraid that, like, I don't know. I don't care if he's good or not. I'm like, this dude's so over with me, man. So I'm like, I like Danhausen.
Okay, so I have two other friends that watch wrestling. I don't know if like Chris Class knows him. I'm pretty sure Doc knows one of them, because he's always like insulting me on Facebook, and he's my friend Matt Kaplan. And we have another friend named Edgar. So for Edgar's birthday, he bought a Jim Cornette cameo. Nice. And he tells Jim Cornette all this stuff, and Jim Cornette's like, hey, Edgar, you're a good guy, but I hear it's your birthday and I wanted to wish you happy birthday, but I know you got some sense because you don't listen to your fucking fat friend Joshua, who dresses up like Orange Cassidy and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just basically like just saying all this stuff. And Edgar's like, oh my God, this is so cool because Jim Cornette is the man. And he's like, Josh, I'm sorry, man. I don't think I could go to an indie wrestling show with you anymore because Jim Cornette wants me not to go. And I'm like, hey, bro, it is what it is. And literally like 2 days after, he's like, guys, have you ever heard of this guy wrestler named Danhausen? He's awesome. And my friend Matt's like, oh God, no. And I'm like, oh, you like Danhausen, you say, huh? Well, I can't wait to get you a cameo for your birthday from Danhausen. Man.
$20. I'm gonna buy myself. My birthday was yesterday. I'm gonna buy myself a Danhausen cameo, man. Shit.
Oh, puto! Happy birthday! I didn't know. Facebook didn't let me know.
I'm not on Facebook. That's why.
He posted it on our text message.
Who?
What we were talking about. I said this episode's the birthday celebration, and that's when Doc said, "Oh, what's your address?" And you're like, "Oh, I saw Josh getting butthurt and jealous."
No,
Great.
Josh is way ahead of you. Do not worry about it.
I won't be getting a Switch. Don't worry, Joshua.
Nah, you're probably gonna get something better. So,
damn, some nudes.
Hey, happy birthday, belated mi primo, cumpleaños. I'm sorry, man. I should have paid more attention.
Dude, I'm 44, man. Who fuck it? My own dad forgot my birthday. Don't sweat it.
Oh man, my grandmother forgot mine 3 years in a row.
Yeah, so, it's all right, man.
The Clash, yeah. If you get anything with my name on it, that is for you for your birthday. Actually, it's more of a thank you for what you do for the show.
Yeah, he
look at that. Look at that. Thank you, Doc.
Well,
he's on deck.
Well, on today's show, no kidding, he got the horn with the.
Yeah, true ball for me.
I know that was incorrect, so we gave it to the guy who was the correct one. Let's see. Keanu Reeves' comic is getting a movie. Microsoft is rebranding, and we might be getting a spinoff to Hawkeye on Disney+. That sets us up first for tech news, and Jack Dorsey's first tweet, the guy who created Twitter, went up on a NFT, and it sold for $2.9 million. Now, if you don't know what an NFT is, it is this thing where it's like a virtual artwork or something, and then only one person can own it. And like people have been using like to pay with it like Bitcoin or something, and these things are just getting out of hand with what people are making off of it. But it's like a digital image that you then sell to somebody else, and somebody then has the rights to that digital image.
Is this what they're doing with this basketball cards?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I've seen this with NBA basketball cards where it's like somebody pays like a shit ton of money for like a Luka Doncic, but it's just one digital. It's only digital. It's
only a digital copy of it. Like you can like buy the tweet that he sent first, but now it's like $2.9 million for a digital version of his first tweet.
Yeah, that's a waste of money, and that's rich people things. So,
I know. Like I was having issues just figuring out Bitcoin and everything else. Which if you've never got into Bitcoin, you want to PayPal now. It's very easy. You just add money, and they're like, "Oh, we'll buy it for you." The other places are very confusing on how you actually order it, but it kind of feels like you buy it and then don't really do anything with it. You got Bitcoin, don't you, there, Joshua?
Yes.
All right. Have you done anything with it, or just buy it as like a stock and just leave it where it's at?
I just bought like $10 worth of Bitcoin, and there was another tip that I got on Twitter that said about something called ETC, I think.
Okay.
ETH, and I bought that, and then now I have like $25 worth of.
You didn't buy any of the was it dog pile or what Kennedy was telling us? It's like you got to buy it now. Buy it now.
I did not, because the app that I was using didn't allow for me to buy it, but it turned out that was a smart move because apparently that went.
It went up quick and then just dropped.
It just went to dog shit. No pun intended. So I was kind of like, shit. I was like, you know what? That was because Kennedy really didn't talk about it he hasn't mentioned it at all.
No, he was that one day. He was like, "You guys gotta get on. You gotta buy it." And then we're just so like,
I was just like, one of my friends was like, "Yeah, don't buy that shit because it's just a fake. It's not going to go anywhere." It was just like a flavor of the week type thing.
No, I think the guy who created it was like, I don't understand why everybody's focusing on my digital currency. Yeah.
So I was just like, and then I know like that was another thing. Like I said, Kenny didn't talk about it anymore. So I was like, I guess it did fucking went down the shitter.
I mean, if you are able to do like Bitcoin, I'd recommend it just for the fact that it's. I mean, in essence, it's like if you went and Joshua took $20 and he bought $20 worth of cash 20 years ago. Well, if he pulled it out of his wallet, he still only has $20. With Bitcoin, depending on where it's at, it could be now $3,000. It all depends on where the market's at.
Yeah.
Because there's people like a few years back that were like mortgaging their parents' house to buy as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. And we had kids that were like becoming multi-millionaires and everything because of selling their Bitcoin.
Some dude did that with the GameStop fiasco. I'm like, how the fuck did he manage to take out a mortgage on his parents' house to get that GameStop, whatever the fuck it was? Like, how did he do that?
He must have had the lawyer rights for his parents. Because I mean, you just can't sign away your parents' house.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Then use that as collateral to just sell it short. I mean, that was the whole thing. Everyone just selling short, right?
He still lived. This wasn't like a guy whose parents were like retired. They were at work.
They were at work.
They didn't know, and I was just like, wait a minute, but how the fuck is that possible? Like, how did you get? There's so many questions, but
he got so lucky. Good Lord,
it worked out for him.
Continue on talking about the non-fungible token, the NFT. Nyan Cat, if y'all remember that meme from 10, 15 years ago, I would say. The guy who created it sold the digital artwork, and that went for over $600,000. Yeah,
it's a screenshot, dude. Like,
I know.
That's free.
Hey, I've got the digital version of Nyan Cat, so look at me.
Yeah. All right.
Panasonic is working on a cat robot that doesn't really look like a cat. More looks like just a round gray thing that actually farts, blinks, wiggles its head, and then randomly says words. If you were looking to buy one of these, they had a crowdfunding kind of Kickstarter thing, but they've already sold all their allotments. They were $360, plus you had to pay $10 a month to get software updates. Do we really need? Do we need a robotic cat-like thing that farts?
For some of the people that who are allergic to cats, but also don't want to have the responsibility of feeding and fucking pooping up shit, because that's
pooping up shit.
Yeah, scooping up shit. So,
dude, like, I mean, I do all that stuff. Like, what's the point? I don't understand that, man. Why don't just get you what is it called? A Yamaguchi?
Yeah, Tamaguchi.
Tamaguchi. Yeah, just buy one of those things. Those are like back. I'm seeing those when I go out hunting, and they're like $20. I'm sure you can get them to fart, and that's so.
Well, they can poop, and you clean up after them, and everything else.
You gotta hear the fart, like.
Yes, man. What? At least you won't smell the fart unless in the robot it has a little thing.
True. They are working on smell things, so that could be the next upgrade.
But here's the part that gets me is like you got to pay us $10 a month so we can upgrade it. At one point you're like, fuck that. I don't need an upgrade. It's already annoying.
Right.
Die.
Right.
Die.
Have an outdated cat.
Like who's the president? Cat Joe Biden. Wrong.
Well, Joshua, he is always the gentleman, and now, luckily with Tinder, he'll be able to book a Lyft ride for his date.
Oh, look at that.
They're going to be adding it as a feature where you can pay for the Lyft for the person you meet on Tinder. I don't know if...
That's a great idea to kick their ass out afterwards.
Hey,
your ride's here. See ya.
It's a great idea to just fucking cause a problem with the date. Like, I gotta go, emergency. Here's your ride. Get the fuck out of here. And as that Uber is going away, the new Uber comes with the new date.
Yeah. Get those things one way out.
Bad for the Uber driver that the girl talks to or the date talks to. Like, oh man, I really like this chick. So where are you going? Oh, I'm on a date for Tinder. The guy's just picking me up right now.
Would you utilize this, Joshua?
Hell no.
Okay. Seems weird to combine these two, doesn't it?
Why? Like, yeah, like, hey, first date. Once you pass like the second date, you guys are going to the places together. Like,
yes.
So that's stupid. Uber just is making money now.
Well, it's Lyft. It's Lyft, not Uber.
Oh, Lyft. Oh, okay, Lyft. I don't even think anybody uses Lyft.
Somebody's got to use Lyft, right?
I don't know, man. I'm complaining about Lyft.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, it's like. Isn't it the different? Isn't that kind of the same as like Uber Eats and Diner Dash, or what's it called? The other
DoorDash?
DoorDash, yeah.
Basic concept, right?
Except it's bringing pussy.
It's getting pussy, but no, Lyft.
That's a good idea.
In certain areas, Lyft will charge less or more, and vice versa, or Uber.
So you're right. It's still like it's bringing.
What do I feel like eating? Yeah.
Remember that thing we used to eat way back in the day? Oh yeah, pussy.
Hey, then we got our first. What's the movie called?
Half Baked.
Whatever. Half Baked reference. There you go. We got our first Half Baked reference of the show. Let's see how many more we can do. The magic number is 4.
Right. No, you're only supposed to remember 3. 3 is for the callbacks. 3 times.
Oh, 3 is for the call. All right, so 2 more, folks.
2 more. I will try to figure out how to pull 2 more unless you guys want to assist with it. In movie news, Warner Brothers will return to theatrical releases in 2022, ending their HBO Max experiment. Though this year we still get a number of movies like Godzilla vs. Kong, which is next week, I think it is. Mortal Kombat, which is the next month. Suicide Squad, Dune, Matrix 4. Currently right now, you could watch these movies and at the theater at the same time. I don't know anybody that's like, hey, let's go to the theater instead of just spending the money on that. They're also going to be shortening their theatrical run down to 45 days instead of the 90 days that was standard back in the day.
Which was a Wednesday.
What's that?
Back in the day, which was a Wednesday.
Yeah. Paramount has also announced they're going to be doing the same thing, the 45-day window. So expect a lot of these films after, a few weeks to then just pretty much come to the streaming services. I don't know if we're going to be paying extra like we would be with Disney Plus, but wait and see. Disney Plus is talking about now. He's been waiting for over a year, waiting for them to finally make the call. And yes, Cruella will now be on Disney Plus, paying a little extra. So if you want to see Cruella for $30, which I don't know anybody that's going to pay that for Cruella.
I was a little shocked at that because I was like, wasn't this supposed to be a Disney Plus exclusive movie? I was under the impression it was.
Oh, I didn't think so. I thought it was just a regular movie that was coming out.
No, I could have sworn that was a Disney Plus exclusive movie. Because they were like, oh, we're going to do Lady... Because they were talking about Lady and the Tramp, the live-action movie.
Which features you in there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in it.
That one guy?
Yeah, he's in there.
God, I hate the fact that he was on a Super Bowl commercial for like 1 second and mad people ripping it up. But I thought Cruella was going to be like, hey, look, we're going to do Cruella for Disney Plus. I could have sworn that that's what it was. But then when I saw that, you got to pay extra to get it. I was like, for what? This should be on Disney Plus.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to pay $30 to watch it, and then they're saying it's supposed to then be released for free like the following month or a few weeks later.
No, I think it's when they do the Disney Plus exclusive, you pay $30 to watch it, but then like I think Mulan came out, I want to say in September, but they were like, oh, but it's coming out for free in December. So if you don't have
I thought that was a bad idea. Don't tell people it's coming out for free. Like, put it like, hey, this is the way to watch it, $30. And then a month later we're giving it to free for everybody that's subscribing.
Yeah, that's silly.
It's common
That's
sense,
silly.
though.
You know it's going to happen eventually, but like, don't put a date on it because at least that way it's like, you really want to watch something as stupid as like Cruella, then like you could go ahead and spend $30 and watch it. Or that's silly to put like a re-release or a free date with that. But haven't people realize that like these live action movies just, man, has there been a good live action movie of like a cartoon that's like turned out well?
Ooh.
Right. Like it's
the last Airbender is probably the best one that I've ever seen.
I'm not gonna lie. I think
the one with animals, where like you have animals that are like like Scooby Doo and all that shit. Like it just looks so stupid, man.
Probably like, Scooby Doo is probably the one with back in the day in the 2000. That was probably.
I think that's the one he's talking about.
Yeah, that was probably the best for what they had, but there's no good.
Just dumb, man.
I'm gonna be honest. Honestly, it's an anime, but the Bleach anime movie, live action movie adaptation was really good. It wasn't bad.
Well, not necessarily adaptations, but like where it's animals, that are trying to like, they're trying to make it look like they're talking. Like, all right, at least with Tom and Jerry, they're still cartoons. They're like Space Jam. They're like cartoons interacting with humans. But when it's supposed to be animals that like look real or supposed to look real, like the Chihuahua, the Hollywood Chihuahuas, or what was that shit? Whatever that was, Beverly Hills Chihuahuas.
What the fuck is the premise of the movie? Like those are on HBO Max, and I was like, what the fuck are these about? They made 5 of them.
They made 5 of those movies?
Yeah.
I remember watching like a couple of them with my daughter, like when she was like 2. And I was like, okay, whatever. But even then, it was like, all right, for a 2-year-old.
Does the Chihuahua
like,
talk?
Yeah, they have to talk, right?
I guess. Yeah, I would. I'm in my mind, I'm only thinking of the Taco Bell Chihuahua. Taco Bell. Like that's the only one I could think of. But I mean,
female dog with a man's voice. Who would have thought?
Right. Well, you can't have the little Chihuahua run around with his junk dangling, so they all gonna be females, I guess.
The biggest thing that we're talking about is Black Widow now will be coming out July 9th on Disney Plus. I guess they figure it's taking too long, and it's going to push everything else further out. So
it's not. No, because you know what? They really wanted that to be the start of Phase 4, and they're like, nah, let's hold off on it. Now, it's going to make people mad that when the movie comes out, and we see little fucking hints about certain things in Winter Soldier and fucking Falcon and Hawkeye. We see shit like that. They're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? Why didn't you release this sooner?
Oh, I know exactly.
They caved, and I love it.
You've been waiting for that.
Yes, because I know you saw that one tweet that was like, Disney execs was like, there's no way we're releasing it on Disney Plus. We want this movie to come out in the movie theaters. And I retweeted, I said, I like what you're doing. You're standing firm on your decision. And what happened a month later? Well, it's going to come out on Disney Plus on July 9th. You're just going to have to pay $30. It's like, you caved, motherfuckers. You
tapped out.
I think also they don't want the fact that if this movie just does not do good at the box office, then they're big. Our first female-led, well, no, because Captain Marvel, but like everyone's been pushing for this Black Widow movie because she's so important. Everyone's got to have this, but
I think it's still gonna be successful. Honestly, I think if it would have come out in the movie, fanboys would have went to go see it regardless. But I feel like, you know what? Honestly, Doc, you might disagree with me, but like I feel like the Snyder Cut coming out and being successful, it pushed Marvel's hand to go, we need to come out with our own exclusive shit for the streaming service right now, a comic book movie. Let's just fucking put Black Widow out there. I think that's what happened, because they were expecting that piece of shit to be good, and it fucked them up. So
now, wait. You said that piece of shit good, or that piece of shit being that popular?
No, good. It was a good movie. Sorry to hate you, burst your bubble. It was good.
It was damn good.
2 out of 3 nerds agree. You're the one nerd. Get the fuck out.
Well,
yes, it was really good. And now maybe me going into watching this 4-hour movie with only seeing like Superman versus Batman one time and only seeing Justice League one time, and that was when they first got released. I didn't remember shit from it, and I just went in, so I was like, is this new, is this not? And like I knew the stuff with Darkseid was new and like certain things, and went back and I've seen some things that it's like in the original one, Wonder Woman only did this when she walked in on the bank heist, but now she did all this shit. And I was like, dude, I went in, this is how I went in watching Justice League. The exact opposite of how I went in watching Wonder Woman, where I was like, dude, Wonder Woman 84, like this looks pretty cool. Right off the bat, I was like, this shit sucks. Like when they're they're doing the Olympics and the girls are flipping and doing all that, and the graphics looked horrible. And then you walked right into Justice League, and other than like, I mean, there were some things to pick apart like anything else, but it was like, dude, it was I really, really, really liked it. And I thought for a 4-hour movie, it didn't feel like I was sitting there for 4 hours, man.
Oh, it took me 3 days to watch that movie, and it felt like 4 hours. Christ. And I felt like I was watching Lord of the Rings at the end, because it was like, oh, are we going to end this? No, now we have to do this, and now we have to go do this, and now we have to see. Is it not true? Like, they didn't know where to fucking end that. And then I was expecting the lanterns to show up, because wasn't that what was supposed to happen? Was the lanterns were supposed to show up at his house?
That was the original scene, I believe. Yeah. But they were like Martian Manhunter, which honestly, I hope I love that movie, but that ending sequence with the nightmare scenario, or rather the nightmare vision, and that Martian Manhunter introduction, I'm like, because like it's like Ben Affleck was like, I just want to get this shit over with. Oh, so like,
Dude, what was up with Joker? Like, who else is gonna give you a reach around? I was like, what?
Yeah, I think that wasn't that Jared Leto's thing where he made that up.
That was just
what the We Live in a Society thing.
No, I thought it was the one about him jerking him off.
Oh no, I think because when you watched I know in one of the comic books I read, Joker was like giving up his ass for a villain to fuck him. So I'm not surprised at that joke. I think it was the one Kevin Smith
like,
wrote.
Weird, man. Like that.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's. I didn't mind what happened in the nightmare thing. I was just like, why did you just randomly put this shit in there like at the end? Like it just didn't, like the movie flowed so well up until that point.
Yeah.
And then like he gets up for the nightmare. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why couldn't this happen in the middle of the movie?
He gets up from a nightmare and then walks outside and meets Martian Manhunter. And I was like,
and like
what?
He goes, and then the whole conversation was so weird. And like, people, I have many names, but one of them that sticks is, I'm like, John Jones?
Yeah.
No. I'm the Martian Manhunter. Well, what does that mean? Oh, bye. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. And he's just like, not Alfred. Hey, we just met some fucking like alien that's not Superman. He's just like, I'm just gonna go back to my bed and dream.
We need a contingency plan for this guy.
Yeah. I thought that part. I mean, like I said, you could pick certain things apart, but they made Steppenwolf a character that you actually like kind of gave a shit about it a little bit, as opposed to in Justice League. I was like, chump, man. So what? He took out a bunch of Amazons, but it was like, it was nothing. Steppenwolf just seemed lame. He looked lame in the original Justice League, and there was just like no purpose for him. I thought he was like one of the weakest villains I'd ever seen on like any kind of comic book movie. And like he almost legit didn't seem like a threat at all. Like I was just like, but in this one, you're like, I mean, you knew that he wasn't going to win or anything, but it was like, dude,
he was doing damage.
Like he has a purpose, and like, yeah, he's doing damage. He's fucking lanterns, or no, I guess he didn't really fuck. That was Deathstroke, or I'm sorry, Darkseid fucked up lanterns. But like, yeah, and like at one point you like feel bad for him. You're like, oh shit, I see his purpose. I see the reason why he's doing all this. Like, he fell out of favor, and now like, not that you're cheering for him, but it was almost like they did a much better job with him than they did. Who was the guy from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie that was kind of doing that same kind of character?
Ronan.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So it was like he was weak, but they took that same kind of concept of the Ronan type of character where he's like trying to get into favor, but then maybe possibly overthrow him. But and like they did that well.
Well, Ronan was like I don't know if zealous is the right terminology for him, but he was like this guy that wanted the Kree to be like noble and like at the top tier.
Right.
So he was just like, he was like I don't know if it's zealous the right word, but he was like a devout fucking Kree that he was like, I want the Kree to be restored to its highest purpose.
Right. And so they did such a better job where he had fallen out of favor, and like I just thought I really, really enjoyed Justice League like tremendously.
Fuck you, Doc. 2 out of 3 nerds agree. Yeah.
See, the problem I have with it is, one, the screaming Superman for 20 minutes of the opening I felt like long. Yeah,
sound like the beginning of the Indy 500. It was like,
yeah, it was like, God,
that was annoying. It was cool, but they could have done something different.
That first hour was just not good, and there's a lot of scenes from the original one. I mean, luckily they took out that stupid thing with like Superman on the phone and everything else. That was gone. You realize there's like 34 minutes of slow motion in this movie? Like they easily could have cut a lot of this movie down.
Maybe, but like if they did like the slow motion you're talking about is like some of the parts where like Wonder Woman sees the bullets and she's like, and then it goes in, like I didn't mind shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know like almost every Flash.
You didn't mind like the
slow
part where,
motion.
for some reason, they have these Amazonians standing there at guard over that. Listen, at the mother box. Like, I don't know who they're hiring because how are they going to hold the bow for that long? But then the mom, she gets the mother box. Does she head out the door to run away from them? No, she runs up the wall to then stab a parademon, and then finally does this like just the worst Indiana Jones slide, like the slow motion. And then again, she is trying to protect this mother box because something about it is we need to protect it. And then she looks over and goes, "Oh, random character got hurt and a horse is falling on her. Let me console you, not worry about this mother box that's getting taken over." And I was just like, the fuck?
I swear to God, he just complains about everything.
Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong about that? Like that she made it was stupid things that she was doing.
It wasn't stupid things. Like I said, maybe one of the parademons were attacking her. That's why she did that little move. And she's the queen of the Amazons. She's got to like look out for her people.
She's compassionate for that. Yeah, I get that.
But again, if they get the mother box, it doesn't matter if she's queen of the Amazon. They're just gonna decimate her entire world.
What was stupid?
It didn't.
Something that I just didn't care for. That it was like, dude, this is just weird, uncomfortable, and like it does not need to be added. Was when Aquaman's going back into the water and these like weird like albino chicks are just like singing this weird like it sounded like a song that would be in like
smell his sweater
like,
now.
Yeah, they're singing a song that would have been in like
it's supposed to be like this. From what I read, it's supposed to be like this Celtic song where they're celebrating what he's done and everything else. And
was it Celtic if they were like in Finland?
I don't fucking know. It just it felt too like you could again cut that shit, but like, oh, they're singing a nice little song, and now she smells his nasty fucking sweater, and we move on. But no, we watch like 3-4 minutes of this stuff, and I'm just like, no. Again, that's that first hour.
I honestly, I didn't mind it. I will say he had poor music taste, because some of those the music that was playing in some of those scenes, I was like, all right.
Every Wonder Woman scene.
Oh my God. That. I was like, oh yeah. God, every time she shows up.
Yeah.
And that, but other than that, this
and it felt very racist too. I'm just like,
oh, what? Shut up.
It felt racist. It did. Like, I don't feel like Wonder Woman is that type of music.
Shut up. But listen, my final take on it is it was a great movie, and I think Joss Whedon was paid to ruin that fucking franchise. He was an infiltrator.
No, I think he was paid to chop it up, and you see how much bullshit is in that fucking movie. And so he just like and then he was like, "Oh, let's throw this random family in." I'm glad that got cut. Like at the end where Flash is trying to save the random Russian.
I don't think it got cut. I think it got added to the fucking like I said.
In essence, got cut from the Snyder Cut. It is not in that.
No. I'm saying we didn't put that in the movie. I don't think that was a part of the Snyder Cut.
I would say not, because they never even touched it.
Yeah, because if you look at every time they were in that area where Stephen was at, it was always dark, and it just seemed like that scene was out of place. I don't think there's like I said when I was talking to the person on the stream where they were like, "Oh, well, Joss Whedon had to work with a lot of stuff." I was like, all he had to do was subtract. He subtracted and added, and I was just like, why the fuck would you add that? Like why would you add the scene with fucking Superman beating the shit out of them coming back? Like he could have left that alone, but he wanted to add it and fucking, do you bleed? We'll find out. And then it was just weird. Like, there was a lot of like for instance, he could have cut that whole fucking Lois walking for like an hour. But imagine if he would have left it in and just had showing Lois going to the thing, right? Then you could just show like, oh, instead of making it that Batman had to fucking like have her as a secret weapon, you could just, she's just walking, she sees Superman's alive, and that's what stops it. Like we didn't fuck that movie up, bro. There's nothing you can convince me otherwise. Then like you could have fucking had Diane Lane, that whole conversation between Diane Lane and fucking the lady that's playing Lois Lane, and just cut out the part where she leaves the room. But he reshoots the scene where she goes to her job to talk to her.
Yeah, she went to her job.
Like,
I remember that. Yeah.
I was just like, you didn't need to do that. You could have just had that scene, cut out the part where you see Martian Manhunter. Like, you didn't have to do that. Like, it was just weird, his choice of, like, what he did to add to that movie.
But don't you agree that cutting out that Flash segment, that was not a good segment?
What, the one where he says Iris?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the woman that we think is Iris because we don't know. Yeah, you could have cut that out. Like, you could have just did the scene where he just talks to his dad. But like, they added that scene where he does the fucking like a lot of the shit they did, we didn't add it. I don't like. All you had to do was subtract. You could have just been like, yo, this movie's good. Let me just take out this, and that, and we're good. But he added all that extra shit, like the dynamic between Bruce and Diana, where they were like beefing with each other. And
wasn't there like a whole conversation they were having like outside of his place that was never in the film now.
And then she punched him, and he's like, ow. But like they were like in Snyder's version, they were like together. Like one of the main things I pointed out was, hey, that scene where they were all disagreeing with each other about bringing back Superman, with the exception of fucking Aquaman, everybody in this version was like, yeah, we got to bring him back. We got to bring him back.
he's the only one that's going to be able to help stop him.
Then they cut out that scene with the fucking lasso. Like, that was stupid.
Oh, the part where he's sitting on the lasso and
yeah, that was so we didn't ruin that film. I'm sorry.
What was the point? Speaking of lasso, when she was like, "Hey," since he's showing her the Bruce is what he can create. Can you make me one of those lassos but in black? And I was like, what the fuck randomness is this shit?
Wasn't it Alfred that said that?
No, it was Diana.
Yeah, Diana said, "I'll make you one in black for Alfred," because Alfred was telling her about the tea.
I thought she was talking about the lasso, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was the scene where she said,
did we need the tea scene also? The tea scene just felt like it was just not going anywhere.
No, I liked it. I thought it was cool. I think like Alfred was in it more, and he showed like his scenes were important. They were little, but they were important, and it kind of was cool.
And at least had a little bit more for Gordon, because I think in the Whedon one, he's barely in that, and I'm like, why did he get himself all jacked up for this fucking movie? He's barely in.
Well, remember, they were supposed to do a fucking Batman movie with Ben Affleck, and I think he was actually getting ready for that role.
That could be. Well, with the Snyder Cut having a huge popularity and him enjoying his 4:3 aspect ratio, now he wants to do a black and white cut of the film titled "Justice is Gray." Gray, not any other word, just gray. So he's wanting to do that and also possibly do it in an 8K, because nothing says 8K like 4:3 aspect ratio. If you're wondering why it looked like that, is he likes the look of IMAX. So if this was thrown on a screen of IMAX proportion, it would be fine. When we're talking about watching it in high def, larger widescreen format, it sits in a television aspect ratio.
It's going to come out like once everything goes back to normal, the IMAX release of the Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
Snyder Cut. And I will go see it. I don't know about Class. Definitely not you.
I'm not going to see it. I already saw it. I'm good.
That would be a fun movie to see in IMAX or whatever. I probably
4 hours.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck that! I got things I could do. Netflix is adapting a Keanu Reeves comic into a live action film and anime series. I think it's called Berserk. Berserker. It came out a week or so ago, I think, and is already in like reprints and everything else. It was
really? That's cool.
It was a Kickstarter. First issue sold more than 615,000 copies, making one of the most popular. And now Netflix has signed on to create a movie and an anime based upon the series.
Oh shit!
This motherfucker never got to work a day in his life. I got John Wick, Berserker, and The Matrix. He paid.
I'm going to have to go on eBay and try to see if I can find one of these, because I do not have it.
I'm pretty sure you can find it at wherever you go to get fucking comic books.
Yeah.
And in television news, Hawkeye is getting is apparently reportedly developing a spinoff based upon the character Echo. If you don't know who Echo
Which
is,
I don't know. I don't know how the fuck this came to be because this is a Daredevil character. But okay.
She's a deaf Native American who's capable of perfectly copying another person's movements. Never heard of that kind of character. Never heard of it. Seems like a master of a task would be able to pull off something like that.
No, she's not. It's not. It's not.
What's
I know
her
what
name?
you're going with. It's Echo.
Echo.
It's Echo. I don't think that's what it is. I think she can predict your next move by looking at your movements. Not that
It says she's capable of perfectly copying another person's movements.
No,
making her a formidable fighter, just like Taskmaster, who could study your movements and then shut you down.
I have the issue she's introduced in because the Kingpin hires her to fucking fuck up Daredevil. And the premise was, maybe they changed it, but she's deaf, but she has the ability to predict what your next movement's going to be. Not that she could copy it.
In the comics, she was the first person to put on the title of Ronin before Barton picked it up, so they don't know if she'll be picking it up afterwards on the show. But that is happening. Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Anybody watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 1?
Yes, I found out that even though you're an Avenger, you can still be poor.
Hey, I saw some of it and I fell asleep watching that. I fell asleep watching a 48-minute show while I was basically awake for the most part, watching a 4-hour movie.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong?
I don't know. Hey,
like, I enjoyed the hell out of that. I'm gonna
go back and rewatch it. I'm 44 now. I'm taking those afternoon naps. I'm gonna rewatch it.
It's good. It's after the action sequence at the beginning. It's pretty much a character
drama.
The character drama, yeah. And then what they get announced at the very end. I think the actor.
U.S. agent, aka the father from Up.
Yeah, he looks. I mean, somebody should have said, "Hey, this does not look good." And the guy's a normal-looking guy, but when he's got that mask on, his nose looks all bulbous, and he looked like
it's pushing it down. Because like when I realized who the actor was, and they showed him in the mask, I was like, "Why does he look like that with that fuck?" I was like, why is that mask making his face look like the fucking father from Up?
It did look like
again, somebody shot that and said, "Oh, this is good." I would have been like, "This looks horrible." He looks like a dorky guy just put on the mask and
Do you think that was kind of the purpose? Like you don't think so? You don't think it was supposed to be like, this is Cap, but we need to hate him right off the bat because
no, we only hated him because how stupid it looked.
Yeah, don't you think that was part of it?
No,
the memes were going around like, "Hey, mom and dad, can we have Captain America tonight?" And they're like, "No, we got Captain America at home."
What you expect when you buy from Wish? What you get?
Yes. Captain America, Captain America, Captain America, U.S. agent on your shopping cart.
I think that was the purpose of it, though, like to make him look stupid and like cheesy and like just not as cool and like that. I think that was done on purpose because I think it was done on purpose
for things that nobody asked for.
Maybe not.
I don't think it was.
Okay, maybe not. We'll see.
There's an untitled Huey Lewis project, which will be a self-contained romantic comedy inspired by the 1980s pop star to show you to do like an anthology of love stories based around the music of Huey Lewis and the News. Who's asking?
Believe in love, keep believing back.
Wow. Is he gonna have to start with like a new drug? And then do you believe in love? And there's like 3 Huey Lewis songs I could think of.
You got the Power of Love.
Power of Love.
Power of Love. You've got
I Need a New Drug.
I Need a New Drug. Hip to Be Square. You got the Heart of Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good, especially that sports album. It's a good album. It's a good album. He's losing his voice. Apparently, he cannot sing anymore.
Wow.
So now we're getting a rom-com anthology inspired by
Chris Pine's gonna be the lead in it.
Now, didn't he was in that movie with what's her name?
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow, where they were singing together, right?
Duets?
Karaoke.
Was it duets?
Yeah. Is that what
it was called Duets, but like the guy from fucking Scary Movie was like, I do karaoke. He goes, it's not pronounced that way.
Yeah, sounds great.
Like, okay, so if you were told there's 2 projects and one of them is fake, would it be the Huey Lewis anthology show, or would it be a show about the Atlanta rap scene and a heist comedy called Uno?
The Huey Lewis movie had to be fake.
No.
I mean,
both for real, but if you ask me that, I'd be like the heist film based on Uno.
Set in the Atlanta rap cycle.
That guy, he got it. Like I wouldn't say trouble, but they made fun of him because he's like this like rapper. He says he has money, but he was flying like commercially, and like they were making fun of him. And I thought that was so fucking. And he was like, I fly commercial because I like to, and sometimes I don't want to be paying fucking for a private jet. I'm like, motherfucker, if you got the money, you might as well spend it. You ain't really a rapper if you ain't spending that cheddar.
Yeah, who was that? Was doing that?
Little Yachty.
Oh, Little Yachty.
That's right. I remember hearing about that shit.
Wait, isn't Little Yachty supposed to be in the Uno movie, I think?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, isn't that fucking hilarious? Like, he's like, I can fly commercial because I want to, motherfucker. Like, I've been flying in private just since I was 18 years old. Well, what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's smart. He's saving for the future. So, like, go ahead, Lil Yachty.
He ain't got no future.
He was exactly. He was just fronting. So it's like, all right.
Well, Microsoft is rebranding Xbox Live. They've changed it to Xbox Network, and with this name means a lot of these free-to-play games like Fortnite and trying to think of some other
modern Warzone.
Apex Legends and stuff like that. You will not have to have a subscription to be able to play online, and they're hoping that maybe it'll be free for everybody to play multiplayer because they're really pushing now more. The Game Pass and stuff, and that's blowing up. So they really don't need it.
Is this attributed to that debacle that they did that we were talking about months ago?
What's that? No, what do you ask? What'd you ask?
No, it's like, is this attributed to the debacle that they did a couple of months back with the Xbox Live subscriptions?
Oh yeah.
Like, I've never seen it. Like in a span of literally, I think less than 3 hours, they were like, we made a mistake.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen shit get changed so fucking fast in my life. Like, I was shocked when I saw that. I woke up to the news and I got to work and it was like, we were sorry, we made a mistake. We're not changing the subscription plan. Sorry.
They were the name change originally appeared back in August. That was about the same time that Microsoft went on to announce a price hike for Xbox Live Gold that the company was forced to quickly reverse. Like, it was jumping up, I guess, $5 or something like that a month, or
no, it was for half a year. They wanted to pay, I think,
like $60, wasn't it?
Yeah, and for a whole year they wanted you to pay $100.
That's just to play online.
Were like, that's just to play online, and people were like, "What the fuck?" Like, I don't know if you knew about this class, but like, I shit you not, this shit got people so mad that in such a short span, they were like, "We made a mistake. We're sorry." Like, this was the fastest I've seen a company change their minds on something.
I did know that because, like, whenever you play games of gold, or games of gold used to be what? If you bought a card, it was $10 a month, and you could, like, a lot of times they'd have like a 3-month thing that was $25. So is it really that much more? I mean, $100 for...
No, they wanted to charge for half a year. They wanted to charge you $60,
and that's what they charge. That's what they charge for a year.
Yeah, that's what they charge for the year. But
it was. That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was $59 for one of those cards.
So they were like, for 6 months, they wanted you to do that and pay $60, and they're like, why are you doing this? And they're like, listen, if you get the Xbox Game Pass subscription, you're only paying $14.99 a month. And they're like, no, we don't want that. We just want to play online. And everyone bitched and moaned, and they were like, we're sorry, we'll take it back. We're not going to charge you that. Okay. And it was the funniest thing ever.
I don't remember hearing about that price hike, I guess, because it went
he got killed within a few hours of that. They had some bad publicity.
They killed that shit. Like, I've never seen that before in my life. That was amazing.
I mean, doubling up for and not being able to offer anything in return is like ridiculous.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, Game Pass is worth it. It's worth.
Oh, it's very much worth it. Yeah,
it's very much worth it.
I made the mistake when I got the Xbox new, whatever the new Xbox is.
Series
X.
Holy shit! My Hydro Man just fell for no reason.
Oh no, he dissolved.
He just splashed all over the floor. And Spider-Ham fell with it. I made the mistake of accidentally picking that for a month instead of just like keeping my regular, whatever I had, because that was kind of like a default. Like they just kind of snuck in, like, no, like go to the next screen. And so I've been using the Game Pass. So I was like, wow, this is fucking great. I can like download these games and like, it's well worth it. Well worth it. So like doubling up what I've been paying, at least getting the benefit of like hundreds of games. Yeah, I dig that.
And you know what the best part about it was? Is PlayStation's version of this, before they came out with it, it was like $120. When Xbox was like, hey, $14.99, you get all this good shit, you get the next fucking Gears of War. PlayStation was like, fuck, what do we do? All right, we go from $120 to $70 a year. And I was like, awesome. two fucking monthly subscriptions I don't even use. Yes.
But now PlayStation or Xbox is coming out with they have the rights of in 2021 for MLB. So it's like, other than Spider-Man, which was a good game, there's like almost, I mean, for me personally, no benefit of like having a PlayStation, because like Spider-Man and MLB were like the only two games on PlayStation that I
ever play God of War?
I did play God of War when I first got my Xbox or my PlayStation 4 or whatever the last one was. And I was kind of far behind on it. Like I had the series of God of War. And so I didn't get into it big time. I enjoyed what I played, but I was just like, I wasn't connected to it at all. So I was like, I take it.
That last one was also a shade.
It was pretty good. It was hard as fuck. And I had no idea. Like, I was like, all right, this is.
Imagine if he went to the Valkyrie, huh? Right, for Martin?
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I was like, why am I allowed to go into this? I'm just getting my ass whooped. I don't have to beat this person? Bye.
That was a good fucking, I think I spent like, and this is when I was after working the night shift. I would get home in the morning and I think I got home at 4 a.m. It took me like at least a good 3 hours to beat her on the last day I tried to beat her.
But you have to beat multiple Valkyries, don't you?
Well, I beat the queen one, the final one, the one that you had to after you took care of all of them. Because there were some that I fucked them up in like the first try, and there was some that fucked me up. But that last one, I was on her for like a good 3 days, I think.
Uncharted 4. I take that back. I was sold on a PlayStation. I bought one. A buddy of mine sold me his Xbox or his PlayStation 4 for $100 with 2 controllers, $100. I was like, I'm not gonna pass that up. And I got Uncharted 4. And love that game. So I take that back. Uncharted 4 was well worth it. I never went back and played any of the other Uncharted, but I was a big fan of that game.
I think I like 1 through 3 because 4 sucked because it was just too.
Really?
It was too cinematic for my liking.
There was a lot of cinematic parts to it, but so maybe I would have loved the first 3 because I thought
the first 3, like I want to say, out of all 3 of them, 2 is like the best one because there's a lot of fucking action.
Really?
Like,
yeah, I thought 4 was great. So like maybe I should have gone back.
Funny story, like at my job here, I would bring my PlayStation 3 with me to play in the big screen in the lounge, and I'm playing it, and motherfuckers are like, yo, this is a really good fucking movie. And I'm like, it's a fucking video.
It's about to be a movie, right?
Yeah. Like, and they're like, yo, this movie's really good. What is this? And I shit you not, I'm like, it's a video game. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I love it. I loved it.
Well, guys, also with Microsoft, they're in talks with purchasing Discord for over $10 million plus the acquisition. For all those, Kennedy would have been a good one because I know he uses Discord. I never really got into it nor understood the. I mean, it's like a chat thing.
Yeah, it's basically like a chat thing where because I use it for Marvel Strike Force. It's basically like if say like content creators or people that like have like their own channels and stuff like that, it's easier. It's like direct access to them. So it's like everything's in that one section for you. So like if Martin wanted to do his own channel, like, hey, check out my Discord channel, it's everything directly updated. Like it's kind of like Twitter, but with less of the clutter in essence. So like that's how I could describe it. Because like once somebody told me about it, I was like, I don't care. But once I got into Marvel Strike Force, I was like, yeah, I need this shit because it has all this information condensed and it goes straight to you, no problem.
Discord has about 140 million monthly users and made 130 million revenue last year.
How the fuck does it make money?
The Wall Street Journal recently reported, though, the company isn't yet profitable, and its last valuation was $7 billion after funding round in December generated $100 million. Discord software is free, but you can spend money on their Nitro subscriptions. That allows higher resolution screen sharing and large upload limits. See, again, I don't know. I'm thoroughly confused on what it's utilized for.
It's just basically it's just information between one like private. I wouldn't even say it's like private, easy, streamlined information. Okay. But like I don't understand high resolution photos. I mean, like I've seen the photos and they're very high resolution. It's weird, but it's easy to have. Like, trust me, like I said, I use it for Marvel Strike Force and I guess one chat that Kennedy put me in with some of his friends, and it's really nobody talks to me. They just send pictures. So it's like when I get an update, I'm like, oh, okay, she's cute. Here's something I found, you know? So.
Well, then finally in DC news, DC is going to let you name Nightwing's dog. Hopefully it goes better than what happened with Robin when they let the fans decide if he will live or die. DC is allowing you to name Nightwing's dog. It's going to be ending next Tuesday, March 30th. You have each member will have only one vote, but you can change your vote up until the poll closes because that makes a lot of sense. Only your final vote will count.
Hey, Wing Knight. That's what we're going to call him, Wing Knight.
What kind of dog is it?
What type of dog is it? That I don't.
Killer, Bree. It's Killer.
Oh, it's a three-legged puppy.
Oh.
I mean, tripod is the obvious, like, you know, that's an old joke, but
apparently tripod is not one of the names you're allowed to vote for.
Tri-dog? Limpy?
So yeah, you've got that ability to name the dog.
Stumpy?
Oh, not Stumpy. You know it's just gonna be bad.
I don't know.
It's gonna be bad.
Triceratops.
Triceratops. No, it'd be like
Tricerabottom.
Tricerabottoms would have to be. Yeah, what would you call that? All right, I don't know. I need to think about this one. Huh.
While you all are thinking, we'll go ahead and bring the show to a close. So maybe this is something you guys can think about for next week. Joshua, what did you learn this week?
I learned bats can live up to 30 years. I don't know. That's kind of fucking amazing to me.
Why?
I was watching like something on Twitter and there was like this fucking bat that was like past its life. Like it was old. It basically was an old bat. So they basically were holding so it could flap its wings, so because it couldn't fly. And I was like, yeah, bats can live up to 30 years old. And I was like, holy shit, that's amazing.
Doesn't take much to pop, Joshua.
It doesn't. You see my Twitter feed?
I know, it's true.
Yeah. I'm literally disappointing you this week. I've left you some gems and you haven't responded.
I have not seen them, apparently, so I guess I'll have to go check Twitter and see what's going on. Class, what have you learned this week?
I've learned that for $20, you can get Danhausen to wish you a happy birthday. And even though my birthday's passed, I might have to buy that for myself and have a very nice and very evil message set my own way.
Yes, Van Housen, yes.
Very good. Love this. Van Housen's amazing, dude.
What's the most you would pay for a cameo?
Well, it depends.
Like, what's the most you'd pay, and what person would you, and would it be for yourself, or would it be for somebody else?
I'd probably say like $100.
I mean, yeah, I would do like 100. I would do like, I've never been one to like, let me pay for an autograph and do all like, I've never been big into those things. So Jack Black would be up there. Because it would be entertaining as fuck.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You probably couldn't get Jack Black for $100 because he'd be, there's no way. But yeah, maybe $100 for Jack Black. Other than that, I don't really know. $20 for Danhausen. That's what.
Who would you pay for the $100 for?
Oh, if it was for somebody like CM Punk was doing it, I'd do it for Matt. If fucking those Tell 'em Steve Dave dudes were doing it, I'd do it for Class.
Hey, there you go.
For you, I don't fucking know. Zack Snyder.
Oh, thanks.
I would, for Doc, I'd pay $100 for who's the guy from his favorite director,
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, yeah.
There you go, Edgar Wright. For Brian, I'd do some fucking wrestler from like the 1980s or something like that.
Yeah,
Jake the Snake. I paid for Jake the Snake.
The Backpack Kid is $30 on here.
The Backpack Kid.
Yeah, that's the kid that
from the Super Bowl that did the flossing. The flossing,
yeah. That's how I actually did that one time. I was bored because we were talking. That was actually going to be a game on Back Row Hecklers. Like, can you guess how much they charge for Cameo?
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I was just looking at the insane prices, and I'm like, oh my god.
Danhausen right now at the popularity that he's at for $20. That's a steal, and I'm looking at it right now. Now I wouldn't pay like the 99 cents for a direct message. I definitely need to. There you go.
Record something.
There you go. Like Dan. Oh, I'm not supposed to.
Because I'm going
Danhausen
to
$20.
The Danhausen thing, but I want to see if he can do a special. Like, I want him to recreate that Jimmy Cornette one, but instead of making fun of me, he's making fun of our friend Matt, because I think it'd be better that way. So,
yeah, I'm gonna have him talk about, because Danhausen also does like toy boxes and reviews and stuff like that.
Did you see the one with the Ninja Turtle ones that he did? Like, he's like, hey there, Zack Ryder. He's like, I got your turtle, Zack Ryder. What are you gonna do? And he has like a stack of them. And Zack Ryder's like, what the fuck?
I haven't seen that. But
it's on his Twitter.
I'll have to check it out. I've just been watching a bunch of his YouTube, so like I'm a big fan of. I am a big fan of. I like that he was calling CM Punk Pepsi Manhausen, and like all his fans are called Fanhausens.
Yeah,
so like I want, like, I don't know. He needs to talk about Craven the Toy Hunter Hausen.
There's one he did. There's this fucking wrestler called Brody King. I don't know if you've seen him, Class. He's like a big fucking tattoo guy. So like,
that dude's good.
He's good, and he's wrestling for Ring of Honor, but like he was doing like these vignettes, and it's Danhausen with the face covering. Because Brody King comes out with like a ski mask,
right?
And he's like, yes, I'm Brody Kinghausen. Yes, I will wrestle this gentleman. And Brody King's like, it's not me. Shut the fuck up. People need to stop. He's like, no, don't believe the fake Hausen, Brody Kinghausen. It's me. And I'm just like fucking dying. And one of the other things, you've never seen him wrestle, but he does like a Pee Wee Herman, the tequila dance.
I did see that, where he was actually on top of the bar and he was kicking whoever.
He does that like in all the matches. Like, like I said, this guy is interesting. I think I mentioned him on one of the last episodes of Back Row Hecklers, and I'm like, this guy has a lot of fucking, like, he's doing everything but wrestling, and everyone loves it. So
I love it. He was just at a place in Lexington called Toy Headquarters. He was just there Sunday, and I had to work that day. If not, I would have driven down and like just to go like meet Danhausen and like pay him $20 right there and be like, got the promo for Craven the Toy Hunt. I need that for my channel. So
do that. Yeah.
And I learned it took me 3 days to watch a 4-hour movie, which was better than the original one, but it's not a good movie. So.
Jesus Christ! Everybody, we apologize for the views and the comments by one Martin Richardson, and we hope you understand that even though this is a nerd podcast, some of us aren't full nerds.
No, we're full nerds. We expect better, and
whatever.
So that's what it was. It was.
If Doc was a cartoon character, he would be the comic book guy from Simpson, where he's like, just hated
it. Worst Snyder Cut ever. But Doc Martin will never fucking like a Zack Snyder film.
No, I do. I like Dawn of the Dead. I really enjoy Dawn of the Dead.
You didn't like 300?
No, I like 300 too. I liked Watchmen for what it was until the very end, where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do my own fucking thing."
That was because of fucking Warner Brothers. That's why. Because
they couldn't get the rights to do the fucking squid, or they didn't think people would understand it.
I think it was because he's like, it just would have been too like. He felt like it was gonna be like either the studio or him said, "Oh, this is too far fetched. It's not gonna work."
Oh God, Jesus Christ. Just let it happen.
So
let it happen.
But in essence, it was a smart way. Make Dr. Manhattan the villain. So whatever.
Yep. Well, they revised it on the HBO Max show, so we've got that. Josh, how can we learn? Yeah, the squid. Yeah, it's the squid that happened.
Did they show it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna watch it now.
Yeah. Josh, how can they learn more about you?
Yeah, so if you want to hear me bitch and moan about the NBA or make fun of NBA stuff, you can see me on Twitter at Green Eyed Bebop. And if you want to see me post pictures of random shit, I'm also Green Eyed Bebop on Instagram. I accidentally, no lie, yesterday, I'm glad you didn't catch it. I accidentally fleeted on Twitter. I posted like a picture, like no one was supposed to see this picture. It wasn't like a naked picture or anything like that of me, but like a little conversation and stuff like that. I was drunk, and it was on Twitter for like a good 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit! I hope nobody saw it, but like 3 people saw it, but I don't think they give a shit. So I'm like, thank God nobody saw this.
It wasn't the Webbles again, was it?
No. The Webbles, nobody found the Webbles yet.
All right.
Class, how can they learn more about you?
Follow me on Instagram. It's at Craven the Toy Hunt. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. At Craven the Toy Hunt. And go on YouTube and like, comment, subscribe to Craven the Toy Hunt, my toy hunting channel. So I went to a place outside of Cincinnati this past week called the Toy Department that had some super cool stuff, and I splurged and got a couple things you can kind of see behind me, as well as here's a little sneak preview. Got a Darby Allin while I was hunting out and about too. So
yeah, that guy
check it out
in the face.
We need video footage of this.
It's on. I'll actually check it out. I will look at the bowler and I'll send you the clip so you can. Is he on the show yet? Did he make Craven the Toy Hunt?
What's that? No, who?
Darby, did you show Darby already?
No, that's gonna go on this upcoming one. So send it to me, send it to Doc too. So maybe Doc could plug it into the
I'll send it I'll do it tonight. So that
send it to both.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
And if you need to find,
don't fucking mute me again.
Well, I had to. You're having a whole conversation over there.
During my plug.
So, if you need more information about Frakkin Nerds, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, oh no, that seems about it. If you want to follow me, Doc_Martin on Twitter, I mean that's it. I mean, there's a lot of good things. We got our YouTube channel. We've got our, we got all kinds of stuff. You want to see me unbox the Spawn Kick starter figure, you can watch that. As Joshua complained about that it sucked, but thanks, Josh. Thanks for the support.
I enjoyed it.
I appreciate that. So I'm hoping to maybe do, because it actually got more views than our hour and a half. I guess nobody wants to watch us talk for an hour and a half. So whatever. All right. So for Joshua, all the way over on the East Coast, class, he's hunting. He craves that hunt. This is Doc Martin saying, have a fracking good week.